So good Saturday. I hope I can get this talk somewhat aligned with what inspiration came to me. But I want to really, in the beginning, say that all talk, all this is what I'm about to say, all of this is really ask everybody to take it with a grain of salt. Um, and in fact all channelings, all downloads, all anything you hear, but especially in the ascension timeline and the ascension journey, please be, you know, always go hmm. But I am someone who thinks about Aquarius a lot and the age of Aquarius and what this might entail. And I sort of just got that the Aquarius is so much about technology, right? And so, what is the greatest technology? What is the absolutely greatest technology? Many would say, I think, especially in the Ascension community and the alchemical community, the human body, because it contains so perfectly furnished within itself the cosmos. But I'd say maybe we want to go even further than that. I'd say maybe we want to say that the best technology out there is perhaps light in its subtle form, but also what light precipitates into, firstly. And I'm not sure about this, I don't remember the alchemy here, but again, bear with me, but water is a subtle precipitation of light. Think about how glass, how silicon can be amorphous, can have all these stages, right? So silica can be liquid, it can be jelly, it can be water, it can be fast, it can be rocky. Um, and it's of course in all of our technology. So it's definitely no coincidence. But what am I getting at? I'm getting at the fact that it is strange that Aquarius, which we are entering into now for the next 2000 plus years, is the water bearer. Why is the water bearer an air sign? Well, this is because air is the element of kinesis. It's the element of a very, very subtle energy. And so the water will be coming to us now in its very subtle form. Remember when Morpheus said, you think that's air you're breathing? What did he really mean? I think everybody sort of chuckles at this. It's like intuitively we know, but can we really say it? Can we say what we think Morpheus meant? I think what Morpheus meant was you are breathing in information. I think everybody's with me so far. In Pisces, we breathe in the information of I believe, which is the mantra of Pisces. So, if you breathe in the information of I believe, then you need to have joy for a certain belief that either you yourself give yourself or that you have been given by someone or a religion or a government, right? But in Aquarius, we move from I believe to I know. What does I know mean? It can be the most arrogant statement. It can be the most trust in statement, right? I know. So if you say something, you shouldn't have done that, or you should do this, because if you don't, such and such will happen. And you go, I know, I know. Knowing is certainly so much more than discourse and thought and talk, right? Wisdom and all the ancient traditions is actually water. Water is that which flows. Water is that which begets everything, or rather subdues everything with patience, right? Aquarius is the water bearer. Aquarius is the water bearer, even though Aquarius is an air element, okay? So again, why would an air element be a water bearer? Well, this is where I'm going to get into fasting, right? Because we've been eating a lot for the past thousands of years, and we've been having food issues, and we've been having gut issues and earth issues, and food is a manifestation of earth. But actually, the only reason we eat, except for pleasure, is to mineralize, right? So it's all about the minerals. The name of the game is the minerals. But Aquarius is the water bearer, and the water are the minerals. Specifically one mineral, okay, which is the mineral of Aquarius, and that is actually table salt, sodium chloride. But I don't think it's that simple. Sodium chloride is the representation of the ocean. So the ocean is vast. The ocean is in fact infinite. It's not just, oh, the world ocean. The ocean goes on and into infinity. And Aquarius is the representation of that ocean in its subtle form. So when we say I know, we don't mean I have the thought about it. We mean I have within me the ocean because I have breathed through the Aquarian air element the mantra of I know. I have breathed, as it were, water in its subtle form. I have breathed and I have known within myself, as Morpheus said, water as the blueprint for life, water as the blueprint perhaps for infinity itself. Okay, this is what I believe is Aquarius. Okay, and of course what is very much a pink elephant in the room is the fact that we are 70% water or more. We are actually pretty much synchronized in water content with the ocean. I mean, this, it's just, there's no way that this is a coincidence. We function, or are meant to function, as lives that so very much are predisposed and relying on water, specifically ocean water, right? Specifically the depths that the ocean offers, the hold that the ocean offers, the connection that the ocean offers, the flotation that the ocean offers. Okay, so think about how Pisces was the submersion of the ocean, the fish under the water, right? You were submersed in your beliefs. You were almost choking from your beliefs if you didn't swim properly or you didn't sort of relate to them properly. But now you are the ocean. And Aquarius, you are the ocean, right? Because Aquarius is the salt. And so if you are the ocean, there is no choking from belief anymore. There is no choking from knowing, from finding out, etc. Okay? And of course, another thing that is the similarity between Aquarius and Pisces is how water is the bearer of emotions, right? Water is the seat of emotions. But Pisces and Aquarius relate to emotions differently. Since you are under the ocean in Pisces, you are swimming in the emotions and the beliefs. Whereas in Aquarius, you are the ocean. So you are bigger than your beliefs, sort of. And this is also what the Gene Keys says about how we will process our emotions. We will, in the future, make decisions from the sort of collective grid. We will make them as individuals, but always in coherence with the collective grid, stemming from wisdom, right? And the emotions will be so much smaller than us, says the Gene Keys, that it will sort of be no issue to be sort of drowning in them, you know. So to breathe such water in its subtle form, to be at that level of awareness where you get into yourself water at its subtle form with all its minerals and all its nutrition and all its I know, this is something that will very much potentially seize you from taking food in the same way you've been taking food, okay, from Earth. Animals, fruits. Fruits is the most freely given food, right? But animals or agriculture. It's a very compulsive thing humanity has had about food, still has, and it's gotta ebb out, right? It won't happen overnight. But Aquarius, all right, and so we eat for the minerals. So actually, we eat for emotional reasons because it's pleasurable or because we have trauma, but at core, we eat for the minerals. But Aquarius gives you those minerals already, right? So there will be a reestablishing of our relationship with food. So very much, I feel. So very much, okay? Because what is this about into ultimately to me? Cool. Think about Miles Davis' album, The Birth of Cool. What does cool mean? Cool means so many things, but it means to be cool headed. It means to be acceptant of the truth of another. It means to be grounded. It means to be all these things, right? So Aquarius, by being someone that delivers water in its subtle form, cool, oceanic, breezy turquoise water, is the deliverer of cool. Okay? I find this so very beautiful. And again, take it with a grain of salt. This is an inspiration, this is discourse, this is words, but think about how we sort of make assumptions about eating and about acquiring nutrition, right? We think that, oh, we have to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, yada yada, protein bars, we have to consume protein. Yeah, sure. But let's also never forget how many animals just don't eat for such long stretches of time. And I'm not saying don't eat. That's not the point. The point is whether we like it or not, our relationship with food and nutrition is being reestablished. Our relationship with information, discourse, thought is being reestablished, and certainly is our information with the ocean, however we understand the ocean to be, being reestablished. Okay, so good Saturday to you. And maybe, you know, what does cool mean to you? What does I know mean to you? What does water mean to you?